Good morning. It is another exciting day here at KwikTag headquarters, where our superheroes help organizations automate their AP and payment processes. Our heroes have been a part of the Dynamics community for more than 20 years and now serve more than 120,000 business users across the globe. We look forward to continuing our innovative streak with new solutions for Dynamics customers. The source of our power comes from KwikPayables Accelerate. KwikPayables Accelerate is a completely cloud-based AP and payment automation solution that is designed to provide a completely digital, touchless, intelligent workflow for payables and purchasing invoices. I won't give away too much though, because our superheroes are excited to get started and tell you all about it. In typical hero fashion, we start by working with accounting professionals to assess their current situation and understand the challenges they face. We'd like to take a collaborative approach backed by industry research and best practices to help solve the problem and save the day. Now, let's meet two of our KwikTag superheroes as they start their day.
This is Michael Sortino logging in for duty. As a KwikTag partner manager for 5 years now, I use my powers of helpfulness, motivation, and fun to help our partners transform their customers' lives across all industries and across the world.
That's awesome, Michael. And I'm Mary Miller. I have the pleasure of being the Director of Marketing and our channel program here at KwikTag. Been with the company for a little over 6 years now. And I absolutely love the fact that I have this superpower of being sort of just innately in touch with when people are really struggling with, invoice problems and challenges and lost payments and not being able to get things done on time. I just have this sense of really being able to know when they're in that situation and reach out and help them solve those problems. So a little bit of creative problem solving, if you will. But we really look forward to hearing what our customers have to say and helping them address these challenges.
That's right. So you ready, Mary, for another great day of transforming lives?
I am, Michael. In fact, I just got back from working with an organization and helping them cut down their invoice processing time from 24 days to just 2.
Whoa, that's amazing. And yeah, that reminds me, Mary, of a great time that I had working with a fellow superhero from KwikTag. And we went out to this healthcare company. This is a great organization that actually serves people who are serving families with individuals with special needs, right? So very close to my heart. This organization, they're growing super fast. They're located out of headquartered out of the Northeast US, but spreading and growing through multiple acquisitions, right? So they had their challenges where they didn't have integration between their ERP, billing, HR, and other financial applications, too many Excel spreadsheets trying to track things and getting lost, things falling through the cracks, and then limited access, right? So people spread out in all these different areas and difficulty finding important documents when they needed it or access information needed to close the books in time. They had invoices and other financial documents stored in so many different locations, and none of them were connected to their ERP. So what did we do? KwikTag to the rescue. We came in and set them up with KwikPayables, right? Integrated with GP and with our latest KTIQ data extraction tool. So this may be familiar to you, or you may have varying degrees of how you relate to how their AP department was set up, but they had GP managed by their Dynamics VAR that we work with. Their AP team would connect through a VPN, and they had just over 20 GP users and one company in GP, right? And they were processing approximately 2,500 invoices per month, right? So KwikPayables came into the rescue. We gave them our SaaS solution in KwikTag Cloud. So this allowed them to access from anywhere their KwikTag data and KwikPayables. And we also included our payment batch approval. So now they're super happy. They instantly brought down their processing costs for processing invoices, sped up the process, reduced the data entry time. So now they're spending time doing what they are good at and what they love, as opposed to just keying in data. And documents are easy to find and easy to get approved on time.
That's such a great story, Michael. I just love learning about that. Wait, hold on. I think we're getting our first caller of the day on the hotline.
Hello. Are you the KwikTag superheroes?
That's us. How can we help?
Oh my goodness. I'm gathering information and trying to build a business case for AP automation. My department is drowning in invoice and payment processes. Things are getting lost, not getting paid on time, and it's only getting worse since most of my team now works from home.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So it sounds like you could really use some backup.
Absolutely. Do you have any data or stats I can show my CEO, my CFO about why AP automation is so important?
Oh, yeah, we totally do. And you've come to the right place. Mary is an expert on industry research.
I'm on it. That's such a great question. And it's one that we get actually pretty often. So as you can see from the slide data that I'm sharing here, what we hear from customers and which is supported by industry research, the number one challenge that companies face, especially in the AP department, is that they are challenged by manual data entry and inefficient processes. That's the fact for 74% of organizations. And you can see also that number 2 and number 3, closely related challenges, manual routing of invoices for approval, which often leads to a very high number of discrepancies and exceptions along the way. So certainly you can see the other data here then kind of results in lost invoices, missing invoices, vendor relationships being challenged, things of that nature. So absolutely, we encourage you to use this research in your business case. You know, closely related to the invoice challenge, though, is that payments that need to get out the door are also facing similar difficulties. Lengthy invoice processing time, again, here the number one issue. And so that means from the minute the invoice gets to your organization to the point of actually issuing that payment, that's the number one challenge for many AP organizations. And related to that is the data management around invoices and the payment data, payment errors, things late. And friends, this was the challenge before we were in the environment where many of us were working remotely and not being able to go into the office. But even when we were in the office, these challenges existed. So now that we're remote, it's even a bigger problem. So closely related to invoice problems, payments face the same kind of scenarios. And even more so, the industry data supports, as you can see from this slide, that manual payments also cost a lot of money, about $26 billion, as you can see here, that's spent just in the US on an annual basis for manual payments. Every time we sit down and write a check, someone has to physically put it in an envelope, put a stamp on it, get it in the mail. And again, when we're working remotely, that can be quite the challenge. The middle number there, another factor that we hear all the time from customers is that there's a risk for fraud. In fact, nearly $19 billion a year is affected by fraud, which accounts for more than 1 million checks that are forged across the United States. So if you're one of the companies in that big piece of the pie chart on the right, 75% of them actually have suffered some financial loss due to fraud. So when you take these processes and make them automated invoice approval, automated creation of the transaction, automated the payment approval, and then ultimately the payment processing, you really reduce those risks and costs associated with the manual invoice and payment processes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. This has been such great information.
We're always happy to help.
That reminds me, Michael, one time I was on a mission with another superhero, of course, to help a company in the technology space who was also struggling to convince their CFO to implement an AP automation solution.
Wow. What happened there, Mary?
Well, so what happened is the customer came to us and they said, you know, we've had AP automation on our project list since before the pandemic. We were really struggling with getting things approved on time and getting invoices paid and even down to the GL coding. You know, there's a lot of manual data entry that goes into that step, and they were seeing some errors. Well, once the pandemic took effect, they realized this was now their number one priority. They had every issue from department leaders were losing track of invoices because they were trying to track everything on a spreadsheet. You know, you emailed invoice to person 1 to approve and then waiting for person 2 to approve, et cetera. Sometimes there were dollar threshold limits where it required a controller or CFO signature even before an invoice could be approved for payment. And then, Michael, they had people that were being inconsistent with GL coding. So it was really slowing down their month-end close process. So they came to us to work with one of our account executives to implement KwikPayables Accelerate. So not only did they automate the entire AP process from end to end, from the invoice receipt to GL coding being done automatically, to having the approval routing be facilitated by KwikPayables, and then the transaction creation inside of GP for both purchasing and payables related invoices. And it actually prevented them from needing to expand their team. They were able to keep everybody and not have to go hire additional resources. So because they were now going to have this fully automated system for their invoice and payment approval process.
That's great, Mary. I love a happy ending to the story, and so glad that we can help them achieve their dreams.
Oh, I think we've got another caller coming in. Michael, let's see what they need.
Hi, is this KwikTag?
Yes, it is. How can we help?
Yeah, so I'm filling in for a team member who's out on leave, and our manual AP and payment processes are just too complicated to keep up with. It's a nightmare.
Wow, that sounds rough.
You have no idea. Can you help me understand how KwikPayables Accelerate would replace this process and, save us time and the headache?
Sure thing. I can totally help with that. KwikPayables Accelerate makes it easy for you to process invoices, get them approved and paid on time. Here we go. We're looking at the task screen in KTX, which is our web-based interface. Right? So you come in as an AP person, you've got all your invoices in one spot. They've been either emailed in or scanned in. These have been emailed in. I'm going to go ahead and show you a PO-based invoice first. You click here on this workflow, and all of your invoices that are available to process are here. You can click through, see the image on the right-hand side, and say, yep, that's the one I want to do. When I click edit, a couple things will happen. I'm going to check for a duplicate, and because we don't want to be processing duplicates, I'm going to hit OK. We've got some there in QuickTag and GP because this is a demo environment, but that's a nice warning there to make sure you don't do anything twice. KTIQ, as you can see here, this is the data we need to fill in. And instead of having to type that in, KTIQ has done the heavy lifting for us. It's went ahead and grabbed the information from the invoice, validated it in GP, and then filled out the vendor ID, vendor name, document number it's taken as well, the invoice date. It's got the subtotal, total. It also looked up the PO. So it's because this is a PO-based invoice, it's going to go ahead and validate that in GP and pull that information out for us. So we can see here that 200 of this item has been ordered, 200 has been received, and we still need to invoice that full amount. So we can go, okay, that looks good, 200 for 47 cents. I'm going to go ahead and pass this on. If the invoice did not get pulled through, you can go ahead and click on PO search. This is directly tied to GP. It's live data, and you can pull that PO in from there. Because the PO has already been validated, we're assuming we don't need to send it on for approval. If something was different, though, you can enter workflow comments here, grab an approver, and submit. Let's send this one on its way and now go to another invoice. This one's, let's do one that's not based on a PO. All right, I'm going to go ahead and grab our invoice from Interiors Inc. Show you the approval process here. Again, same thing when I hit edit, it's going to tell me, okay, there's a duplicate there. We'll go ahead and pass that on. KTIQ, our cloud-based data extraction tool, has done its work, pulled in the proper information here. GL distributions is something, though, that you can do on this first step. So if you're an AP person, you're going to do some coding here. We do work with the GP defaults. So we'll go ahead and pull those in if they're available. And even if not, it's simple and easy. Again, taking advantage of that direct connection to GP to add your account. You can add as many lines as you need. We're going to go ahead and accept these and say that looks great. Maybe we can put a workflow comment here. Please confirm cost, grab an approver, and send this one on. Now I'm just showing you one approval level, but we can add as many as you need. So now I can jump over as Michael Department Manager and come to my task screen, right? And say, okay, I've got to approve this invoice. And I have two options here. One is to come into QuikTag and go ahead and come in and find my review. As an approver, I can approve in two different ways. One, I can come into QuikTag, go ahead and find it here in my task screen. This is the Payables Invoice Review. This is the one we were working on, Interiors Inc. And I will go ahead and approve or reject. I can delegate this to someone else. I can see the GL codes that have already been entered. I can also email this out if I have a question. I can see the workflow history. So this says, please confirm costs. I can double check on that cost there. And then I can say cost confirmed when I approve and send this on. If I want to reject, I can send this back to AP as well by hitting that reject button. The most popular way to approve, though, is by coming in and receiving my email. That way I don't have to log into the system if I'm traveling or if I'm just on the go. I can open up my email. It's got the document attached, so I can see the invoice right there. I can see all of the data that's been entered already, GL codes, and here's our workflow history with that question, please confirm cost. Then I can approve or reject using these buttons below and enter in the appropriate comments. Now that approval will go on and move on to the next person in line for approval, or it can go back to AP for a final edit step. Once all that is wrapped up, we are going to automatically push that into GP. And here you can create your transaction, post and pay, and I'll show you how. Let's look at the enter match invoice first. We can go ahead and click on enter match. And this is where QuikTag comes alive in the additional tab. So starting at tag, all the way down is QuikTag functionalities. You can tag documents, view, search. Let's look at our work queue here. This is where approved invoices or processed ones arrive. Now this one did not need further approval. This is the one we were working on from Uline. I can go ahead and click on the create button and add this to an existing batch, or I can start a new batch. But let's go ahead and add this to my batch here, MS 2021. Go ahead and hit yes, close. And now when I draw that batch in here, you can see there it is. Now select that. And now I've created this purchasing invoice entry. You've got all the information for the vendor up top, date. You've got the item totals as mentioned before, and now I can post and pay as I normally do. Let's take a look now at the invoice that was not based on a PO. So we'll open up our PTE. Same thing, I can click on additional, come down here to the work queue, and our invoice, which has been approved, should be waiting for us here. There it is. You can see the workflow comments. Here you can actually hover over, see the GL codes, right click on it, view the actual document here. Most people, once it's here, they know it's been approved. They can grab as many of these as they want to and add it to a batch. In our case, let's just take this one. I'm going to add it to my batch here. On yes, it leaves the work queue. You can go ahead and close that out. And now let's pull that in here. And just as we saw with the PO-based invoice, here is the one that's not based on a PO. It had been approved. All the vendor information, the invoice date and document number has been added, totals. And when I click on distribution, there are the GL codes that we entered in at the start of our process. And from here, you can post and pay as you normally would. And hopefully you've seen now just how easy with KwikPayables Accelerate in the cloud, you can process your invoices for approval and now payment. All right, now Mary can talk us through payment processing.
Awesome. Thanks, Michael. Yeah, we get really excited when we can help customers with more than one area of their business process. And recently added to KwikPayables Accelerate is our payment batch approval process. So it's been enhanced to include an additional view for the signer or approver of a payment batch, where they can digitally review and approve the payments. They'll be getting real-time data from GP, and they can take a look, approve or reject, send a notification back to AP, and let them know that the payment batch is in fact approved. Now, in addition to that, they can drill down to actually see the workflow history for all of the invoices that just went through the KwikPayables Accelerate process that you just described. So they'll have complete visibility for the invoice workflow history as well as the payment status. Now, once payment batches are actually approved, they can also take advantage of our payment processing service. So this is brand new to the KwikPayables Accelerate solution, whereby we can actually issue the payments to the vendors and have them go, whether that's check or electronic or virtual card. Our system will find the most optimal way to send those payments. And then regardless of whether we're issuing the payments on the customer's behalf, or if they're just using the payment batch approval process service, they'll be able to see that payment data once the batch has been processed. So they'll get the date and the method of payment and some additional information about those payments as well, all in one system. So complete visibility from invoice to payment throughout the process, all in KwikPayables.
Thank you so much for your help, KwikTag team. That means a lot to me.
That's so great. I just love knowing that we can help businesses simplify their processes. Thanks so much for calling.
Yeah, and it's always great when we have something new, right? And companies that have utilized us for invoice processing, and then you know how frustrating it's been sometimes to hear them say, "Oh yeah, we print everything back up when we approve our payments." Now you don't have to do that; it's all digital, and you can send those payments on their way as well, and have all that information, like you said, right back in KwikPayables.
Yeah, it's excellent. And what's even better about that, Michael, is that our customers can now take advantage of the payment processing service that can actually help them reduce and offset some of the cost of their AP automation solution, because there is an opportunity to convert the AP team into a revenue center, from a cost center into a revenue center by using our payment processing service. So we really want to help companies take advantage of this and monetize their payments. And this is also in addition to that complete visibility and process that they're going to get for their payments. So it's a really great step, and a lot of companies are going to be able to take advantage of that.
Wow, KwikTag really is coming to the rescue, not just improving processes, but bringing in some extra income there. That's so cool. Oh, looks like we have another caller, Mary. Let's see how we can help.
Hey, hello. Is this the KwikTag team?
Yeah, we're here.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good deal. Well, I could be doing better. I'm on vacation, and I thought I had everything covered back at the office before I left, but you know how that goes. Things come up, and we're kind of newer KwikTag users. We've been using it for a few months now. We got the KwikPayables Accelerate, and as it turns out, I got to go in and approve some invoices. Like I said, I thought I had it covered, but it's not working out that way. So, like I said, I'm on vacation. But is this? I remember the guy saying that like you could do this from anywhere. Is that, how do I do that? What's that look like? How do I get in there and approve some invoices?
Yeah, we really appreciate that you're a KwikPayables customer. Thanks so much for calling in. And it's great that you're asking about how you can handle invoices while you're away from the office, because that's actually one of the really great things. KwikPayables Accelerate is a cloud-based solution. So all you need is internet access. Whether you're actually going to log into the system and review and approve those invoices that are sitting in your queue, or if you've got email access on your mobile phone, you can go ahead and look at your email and review and approve or reject right from your mobile device with email. So it makes it really simple. And if you do log into the system as well, you can get access to the opportunity to maybe delegate that invoice to somebody else who's still back in the office. And either way, you'll see the workflow history and audit trail up to this point, and you can get your approval status no matter where you are.
Yeah, and I love how for you and everybody else on your team, you can always have that peace of mind knowing that because it's cloud-based, we've got you covered on keeping KwikPayables Accelerate up to date, secure, and available to you all.
Hey guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate your help.
You're welcome, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your vacation.
Yeah, thanks so much. Not so bad. You know, bills got to get paid even when you're away. But hey, if I can do it with my toes in the sand, not such a bad thing. So you guys have a good one.
You too.
Looks like our superheroes had a productive day helping save accounting, finance, and IT professionals from manual process nightmares. Great work, team. Before we sign off, let's check back in and see if there's anything else they'd like to add.
Yeah, Mary, it's been a great day. I love sharing tips and tricks and helping our customers where they need it. And those case studies in technology and healthcare, those are great. But just to note, we can meet your needs across any industry: manufacturing, distribution, restaurant, retail, and even sports and entertainment.
Absolutely, Michael. And the other thing to note is if you're looking at an AP automation solution, it's really important that you consider whether you need that system to be on premises or in the cloud. And as Michael described with our cloud solution, we'll take care of all of the IT, the maintenance, the upgrades, the system and the environment support, security, and access. So we'll be able to meet you wherever you are, whether you're in the cloud or if you maintain your system on premises, we're happy to help.
Huge thanks to our KwikTag superheroes for helping those in need and answering questions about KwikPayables Accelerate, the cloud-based AP and payment automation solution, and how it can help companies go digital once and for all. Whether it's invoice or payment related, our KwikTag heroes transform processes faster than the speed of light. KwikPayables Accelerate is currently available for Dynamics GP, but this fall we will be releasing our AP automation solution for Business Central and look forward to helping even more organizations eliminate their manual processes. If you'd like to learn more about anything we discussed today or have questions, connect with any member of our team during the event or visit KwikTag.com.
Hey, Michael.
Hey, Mary.
How's it going? We're so excited to be here at DynamicsCon today. Thanks everybody for participating in the session. Michael, we do have a couple questions I'd love to share them with you and see what your thoughts are.
Definitely. Yeah, go for it.
Awesome. So the first question actually is something we almost just addressed in the last couple of seconds, but in case they missed it, what is the availability for an on-premise solution, or is it cloud only for the AP automation?
Right. Yeah, and we have both. Sorry, I didn't know you wanted me to answer that. But, yeah, definitely. We have both, and they're both available. The Accelerate program, which you saw me demo here today, is the fastest one to get up and running, and we can get that done within a few weeks' time. A month maximum, and then we do have on-prem still. That's been our baby for the longest time, with GP especially, and then launching our BC AP automation at the start of the year. So you have both options. Someone else asked about intercompany. Mary, do you want to talk about that real quick?
Yeah, sure. So when you receive invoices and need to allocate it across multiple companies, there will be an option for you to select a company from the dropdown, and then you can allocate it at the GL level, however you need to across those multiple companies. And then, yes, approvers can be designated for one or more companies, or even approver groups, if that's something that is more in line with your requirements.
Great.
And then, Michael, it looks like we did have a couple other questions earlier that we were talking about offline that the audience actually might benefit from as well. One of the things you highlighted in the demo was KTIQ and how that does intelligent data extraction. A question we get all the time is, how does that differ from traditional OCR? What should I expect there? Maybe you could share that.
Right. Yeah, I love that question because the old way of doing it was very, it worked, but it was very clunky and so time consuming, right? We had to set up each invoice. It was based on the area where they would look for a certain item or number in an actual document. Each vendor had to be set up. But now KTIQ, just think of it, it's the new way to do it. It's the future, right? It's AI based, it's cloud based. We don't have to have any setup time. So your implementation costs have gone from this large amount down to pretty much nothing. It's all, basically the turn of a switch. So we love that. Just think of it as the new way of doing OCR.
Awesome.
Yeah. And what about this revenue center? I know we're probably almost out of time here, but you said we could turn AP into a revenue center. Maybe you can clarify there. How exactly is that done with the payment processing?
Yeah, it's a great question, Michael, and customers get really excited about it. And we want to be able to help them make the most of their AP and payment automation solution. So they actually have the opportunity to earn rebates with the payments that they're making to their vendors and receive that on a monthly basis, actually. So they'll be able to turn their AP team from a cost center into a revenue center just by paying their bills, which is something that we're really excited and a lot of our customers are as well.
Yeah, that's so great. So thanks everybody, and be sure to reach out with any questions.
Excellent. Yeah, thanks for joining. Thanks to the DynamicsCon team, and enjoy the rest of the event. Hop over to the watch party if you want to continue the conversation.